Disconnect fan from power by unplugging the fan. Open up the wireless RF control hub using a Phillips bit. Disconnect the wires by removing the wire nuts. Please make note of how the wires are connected before disconnecting. Disconnect ground wire by removing screw with Phillips bit. Remove the flex from the underside of the fan using channel locks. Pull the flex off of the motor head and through the flex opening on the bottom of the fan housing. The wires will remain connected to the motor. Head to the roof and remove the fan hood using a Phillips bit to remove the screws on each corner of the hood. Save these screws for later. Using 2 wrenches, 3/8 on the outside and 7/16 on the inside, loosen and remove the bolts that connect the motor bracket to the fan housing. Remove fan blade, motor, and motor bracket assembly from the fan housing as one piece. Using measuring tape, measure the distance from the top of the fan shaft to the top of the fan blade hub. In this scenario, it is 1 3/4 inches. Loosen nut on fan blade hub and remove the fan blade. Using measuring tape, measure the distance from the top of the motorhead to the motorhead bracket. Take note of that distance. It should be 2 inches. Loosen 1 bolt on the motorhead bracket. This should allow enough play to slide the bracket off of the motor. Save the rubber band and the rubber shims. Replace the motor. Place the rubber band and the rubber shims onto the new motor. Slide the motor bracket onto the new motor. The seams from the motor brackets should line up with the end cap bolts on the motor. As you hand tighten the bolt on the motor head bracket, adjust it so that it aligns with your previous marking and measurement of 2 inches. Once the bracket is sitting evenly at 2 inches on all sides, tighten the bolt with a wrench. Slide the fan blade back onto the motor shaft. The flat part of the shaft is where the fan blade bolt needs to sit. Hand tighten and adjust the height until you are at your previous measurement of 1 3/4 inches. Then tighten firmly with the wrench. Slide motor and fan blade assembly back into the fan housing, aligning the motor brackets with the holes on the outside of the fan housing. Slide in bolts to hold the motor assembly in place and hand tighten. Once well aligned, tighten with wrench. Run the motor wires through the opening for the flex on the fan housing. Reattach the fan hood by aligning the blue marks on the fan shroud with the blue marks on the underside of the fan hood. Once aligned, connect and tighten using the Phillips screws you previously removed. Back in the attic, run the motor wires through the flex. Run the flex through the flex opening in the fan housing. Rotate the flex to reconnect it to the motor. Using a Phillips bit, reconnect your ground wires. Reconnect your remaining wires in order. Place all wires in the RF hub and close the hub using the Phillips bit. Your motor replacement is now complete.